Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome here if you are new. Today I'm going to be doing my makeup while I tell you all about the operation I had back in 2023 that absolutely transformed my life. And I just want to say before I start this video, please do not give any hate or any sort of backlash, as I know I put my life online, I share my life, but at the end of the day I still am a teenage girl just wanting to find a hobby, and this is my hobby, and just because it's online doesn't mean it gives you the right to slander me. Anyways, we start in 2023, the 6th of December 2023, around 8 AM I went in for my surgery. Now, I do not know what this surgery is called. It had a very long name and I didn't really take much notice, to be fair, which I know I probably should have, but I didn't. And it was a 9-hour surgery, but I think I was in for about 10 or 10 and a half, something like that. I was in for quite long anyway, in the operating room. I got put to sleep by the anaesthetic mask, because I absolutely hate the needle. I hate the sensation of the needle when it goes into my skin. So I asked for the mask and they gave it. It was really great at doing what I wanted, making sure I was fully in control of the way I was put to sleep, which I absolutely loved, because obviously it was a scary time anyway. And just knowing I had that bit of control was a really nice thing. So anyway, they did the operation. Fast forward to when I wake up 9 hours later. I think I wake up at 3-4 o'clock. And I remember I asked for my own room because it was a really big surgery, and they said, oh, you'll get your own room, you'll get your own room. And then I was on the ward. And I understand there was people higher than me, I understand that. But I was kind of annoyed because it's like, you said I'd get my own room and here I am on the ward. But nevertheless, there's people that need that room more than me. So I was on the ward and I just remember the first thing, I didn't even have a movable table. So the first thing I ate was actually cornflakes. I remember it so well. And my mum literally had to feed me, and she was on the phone to my stepdad's sister at this point, and she said, I never thought I'd be feeding my 14-year-old cereal, but here we are, because I was 14 at the time. And it was just a really crazy thing. I can remember it all so well, most of it anyway. And I had epidural in my back when I got put to sleep because of the pain and the management of the pain. So I got epidural, but they did it when I got put to sleep. I never got to experience it, gratefully, because I'm quite a jumpy person and it could have gone really wrong. So yeah, I had the epidural, and then every 10 minutes for the first day, the nurses and the doctors, and I know it's going to sound really gross, so if you've got a feet phobia, don't watch this part of the video, but they kept coming over to me and feeling my feet and saying to me, can you feel this, can you feel this? And I just remember every single time saying, no, I've got the epidural in, no, I've got the epidural in. And they just kept doing it and doing it, and I get it, safety checks, whatever, just to make sure everything was fine. And then they said to me, well, keep pressing this button, because I had a medication button that I needed to press if I was in pain, but I didn't really experience any pain when I had the epidural, obviously, because it numbs it all. So I didn't really feel the need to press the button and just make myself for no reason. Do you know what I mean? So I didn't press the button. Anyway, they kept coming, giving me paracetamol, ibuprofen, all that jazz. Day 2. Again, really smooth sailing. Everything was going fine. Still had the epidural in, had a catheter in. Everything was going absolutely fine. Right, day 3. I think this is when they decided they wanted to take the catheter out, or maybe it was day 4. I do get the days mumbled up, but it has been nearly 2 years now, so I think that is fine. Day 3 or 4, whenever they decided to take the catheter out, we did a transfer into my chair to see if I could get to the hospital toilet alright, and they had this, I think they called it a monkey bar. It was basically above the bed and you'd pull it and it'd like help you transfer, and it was really smooth. It was a little bit difficult to get the hang of, but as soon as I got the hang of it, it was quite smooth to use that bar. And then I think it was day 3 as well where this started happening. They gave me paracetamol, and it got stuck. So obviously I was sick everywhere, which then frightened me to death of paracetamol because I have emetophobia. I absolutely hate sick. I can't stand it. So that made me not want to take any paracetamol or any medication orally. So luckily they put me on a drip, which I'm grateful for. I mean, it was annoying because it meant I couldn't always have the freedom of going where I wanted to with my mum. And then day 4, I think, day 4, I got in my chair, me and my mum explored around the ward, and it was really fun. It was fun just to be out. But what I can say to you all is, when I was in the hospital, I had no idea what I was going to come home to. No idea. I didn't know how hard it was going to be. Nobody prepared me for how hard it was actually going to be. All the professionals were saying, yeah, you'd have physios come out to your house and work with you. We didn't have none of that. They probably came out 3 times in the 4 weeks I was off school. So there was absolutely none of that. Nobody genuinely prepared my family for how hard it was going to be, and I think if we were more prepared for it, I wouldn't have done it. So this is why I am kind of making this video, because I wasn't prepared, and it was annoying really that I wasn't prepared, because it's the biggest thing of my life. I should have been prepared back to front, but nobody prepares you for that. Anyways, we get home. I think I was in hospital for 5 days. Yeah, because I went in on the 6th, came home on the 11th. So luckily got home for Christmas, which I was grateful for, because touch wood, I've never ever spent Christmas in hospital. And to me, I have other siblings as well, so I'd feel a bit selfish having to have my mum in hospital with me on Christmas and they couldn't see her. So I was so grateful I didn't spend Christmas in hospital. And then got home, surprised my siblings that I was home, which was really cute actually. They was all so happy to see me, not like nowadays. Get the violin out. And got home and kind of had to adjust to life at home, and honestly it was so difficult, from toileting to getting changed to getting correct wash to getting, it was so incredibly difficult. I can't tell you anything about the first 2 weeks being home because I don't remember it. I really do not remember it at all. I remember the ambulance team putting me on my bed, and then that's all I remember about being home. And then Christmas Day was really unusual because obviously I was stuck in bed. I was in POTS. I wasn't in pain, gratefully. I'm really grateful I had no pain, to be honest, because I just couldn't imagine having pain on Christmas, so I'm so grateful I didn't. But yeah, Christmas Day was a really strange one because I was stuck in bed all day. I ate in bed. Oh, my bronzers just fell all over me. I ate in bed. I opened my presents in bed. I did everything in bed. And it didn't really feel like Christmas, to be fair. Obviously, I was still grateful for everything I had. It wasn't giving that same Christmas vibe as it normally would. And that's about all I can remember about being home, really, after the first couple of weeks, is Christmas Day. And even Christmas Day, I remember it so vaguely because at this point I did start taking morphine. just to help cope with the pain a little bit, because I did get a pressure sore whilst in hospital on my left heel, so that was fun. Nobody warns you for them either. Pressure sores are awful. So I got a pressure sore, so I was on morphine, and then I went back to school on the 9th of January, and school only opened on the 8th. So I did pretty well for going back to school. I said to my mum, I can't stay at home any longer. I am bored out of my mind. I feel absolutely fine. Please let me go back to school, blah, 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 blah. So she let me go back. I went back to school. At this point, I did start coming to school in my pyjamas. Not pyjamas I've slept in, I just want to make that clear. But I couldn't bear the thought of having leggings on my scars, because leggings are really tight, jeans are really tight. I didn't like wearing joggers. So I literally came in pyjama bottoms, and I don't think there's any shame in that, because I was just trying to make myself comfortable, and it didn't affect my learning. My teachers were absolutely fine with it. Everyone was so brilliant to me on my first couple of weeks back. It was just what I needed. Breath of fresh air, honestly. And then after I'd done impots, I ended up getting splints, which I've had splints all my life, so that's nothing new. But one of my splints on my right, you know where your ankle bone is kind of thing, I ended up getting another pressure sore from that splint being too tight, which is really annoying because that's 2 pressure sores from one operation. Not to mention the mental struggle the operation caused on me. I won't go into too much detail on that in this video, but it was such a mental battle every single day, because I've always been the most independent individual you've probably ever met. I love doing things for myself. I love I love being independent basically. I love doing things for myself. I don't like it when people help me, so having to let go of that independence for, I'd say, 18 months, I've only just really started getting it back, and I'm so grateful, because it's been a nightmare trying to get where I am. And like I say, I'm not going to deep dive into that so much because it's so personal, and I don't really believe in putting your personal stuff online. But it was a mental struggle, to say the very, very least. And yeah, if anybody would have told me that either, I would have been like, absolutely not, no. But nobody warned you about these things. I went back to school. I carried on going to school. Then I started walking, not like on my own, with a walking frame. And then it just kind of progressed from there. Obviously, before I started walking, I had to do all like bending knees exercises, like stretching my hips out and stuff. But then I started walking, and that's when it all really felt so real with me, because before this operation, all I'd ever wanted to do was walk again with straight knees, with straight legs, with just look better when I walk, because what it used to be like is my legs used to rotate in. I'm really sorry, you're going to have to ignore my dog because she's a Frenchie and she's being so loud, and I just can't even help that. And yeah, my knees would like rotate in, and it was really annoying, because I just wanted to be able to feel like I could walk without the insecurity of my legs and my knees and whatever. And that's what this operation did for me, and I'm so grateful that it did do that, because I think if it didn't, then this operation would be a waste of time. And don't get me wrong, it's challenged me in so many ways. Like, it's true when they say you know who your real friends are, because you do. It's honestly been the most awful time in my life. I'm so glad it's over. I'm so glad the light was finally at the end of the tunnel before things got even darker. Honestly, if you would like me to go into how it changed my mental health and how it changed me as a person mentally, then I will. But for now, I'm not going to share that, and I'm not going to put that out there just in case it triggers anyone or people don't want to hear it, because I'm not about like triggering people. That's not me. I'm also only doing a light look today, by the way, because I just kind of came on here to ramble, I'm not going to lie. And I just think... Sorry, one sec. I just think if there was more awareness to it, I wouldn't have took on such a big challenge at such a young age, do you know what I mean? But I'm glad now. I am so glad in a way that nobody warned me, because I'm so glad I did it. And yes, it's been hard. No, I can't get upstairs. No, I can't get on the floor, get off the floor as easy now. Yes, I need a bit more help now, but the confidence I've now got in myself and in my body and in the way I am and who I am is something as a little girl I once dreamed of. So if I can get confidence from something, even if it's going to kind of slow me down physically, the confidence I wanted from this is the confidence I got, and 10 times more. So I do not regret my decision at all. I don't think I ever will. I think it was the best decision for me there and then. Hopefully I will only keep progressing. You know, I've started doing social media now and started giving awareness to people, not only about cerebral palsy but about being a teenage girl in the big 25, because that's hard as well, let alone being disabled. If you're not disabled, if you are disabled, you know what I mean, it's hard. And it's... So basically, what I wanted from this operation, I got, and I'm so grateful. I gave it a go, and I didn't listen to people who gave me negative opinions, and I didn't listen to people who didn't think it was a good idea, and I didn't listen to people who told me it was gonna make me struggle for like a year. I didn't listen. I did what was right. I knew my body, I knew myself, I knew it was the right decision. I don't regret the decision, and this is just your sign. If you're having an operation this year, or you want to have an operation this year, or an operation opportunity comes up this year, take it. If you believe it's right for you and your body, you do that. Don't listen to anyone's opinions. Don't listen to anybody's horror stories, because you believe you me, you're going to get some horror stories. Don't listen to what anybody's got to say. Because the amount what anybody's got to say doesn't counteract for your life. Your life is your life. Ultimately, it's your decision. My mum made absolutely no input in this operation at all. She said to me, it's my decision, it's my life. I've got to do what I think fits best. And in a way, I'm so glad she had no input, because I know she probably wouldn't have agreed with it and wouldn't have wanted to do it. And on her end as well, not being her life, it was a big decision to make. So she just completely ruled herself out of the decision and said to me, look, you're old enough now to know what you want to do. You're going to have to decide whether or not you want to do it, because it's your life and nobody else's. And I'm so grateful she gave me that freedom, that choice, that responsibility of choosing what I wanted for my own life, because again, that's a big thing. And I feel like I'm so grateful to have had that trust. Well, somebody has that trust in me who knows that I've made the right decision, because I'm not going to lie to you, my mum might not agree with my decision, but she's always supported it. And I suppose that's all I can say. She's always kind of supported it. She hasn't really said she doesn't agree, but I think we're on a little bit of a different path, which I won't go into that. But she's never sat there and like said, I don't agree with this decision. She's just kind of supported. And I think that's what everybody needs as well. So I hope this video was a lot of use to you. I know it's been like 20 minutes of me just rambling on, but I hope it was a lot of use. I haven't done a lot of makeup today, as you can see, because the makeup was just an excuse to come and sit and talk to the camera, if I'm being honest. And this is the first time I've actually stuck to a subject for the entire 20 minutes. I haven't gone into loads of detail because, as you know, I don't really like going into masses and masses of detail of like personal things, just while I get my audience, like till I know who's watching and if it's going to be a supportive, or you know what I mean, till I get that safety net of who's in the audience. I don't really want to be posting too much personal things. But I hope this video has helped you. I hope it brings some light into your very dark place. If you're having a dark time with an operation or a dark time at all, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for 400 followers on TikTok. If you follow me on TikTok, at Shaquila Get Ready With Me. If you don't and you would like to, thank you so much for following me on Instagram. Again, at Shaquila Get Ready With Me. At Shaquila.GetReadyWithMe. If you want to follow, follow. If you don't. We don't force anybody around here. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a really nice week. And I will see you in next week's video. Bye everyone.